Welcome back to your secret video series, and here's misconception number 2. Some parents believe that after-school activities are not for everyone. Well, I've talked to a lot of parents who feel this way, and they feel that their child doesn't need to do an after-school activity, or that getting their child started in an activity is a luxury or something that they'll do later when they have more time in their schedule or whatever the reason may be. I'd like to think this one through with you. Let's imagine that it's a weekday afternoon and your son or your daughter is at home. Their homework and their chores are done. There's no planned activities, nothing scheduled, nowhere to be. You've got your hands full. You've got a house to run. You've got chores to do, maybe things from your own job. So my question is, how is your child most likely to spend their time? How will any child who does not have a scheduled activity end up spending their afternoon? Well, these days, I'd be willing to bet that it will involve sitting in front of a screen of some sort. And that usually means that they're playing a video game, watching a TV show, or watching a movie, or sitting in front of the computer. Now, who doesn't like a good movie? And there are actually some TV shows that are not that bad for kids. And of course, with the proper supervision and the right guidance, operating a computer is a great thing for kids to do. But there are studies now that show that the average elementary-aged child spends 7 hours a day being digitally entertained. Now, if your child is not involved in something scheduled, then the chances are that they too are likely to end up parked on the couch until dinner. Now, as you already know, most TV shows come with commercials that artificially pump up your child's need for toys, trinkets, and other items that once they're consumed and played with, well, they're going to end up in your garage for you to trip over. So, besides getting your child out from in front of the TV, having a scheduled activity is the perfect way to keep your home cleaner and clutter-free by reducing the amount of toys and other junk that your child will otherwise learn to ask for. So, we've talked about the importance of having a structured, scheduled activity and how not having something scheduled can cause our kids to end up with a digital babysitter. But there is one more giant problem with too much TV watching. I know this might upset a few people, but parents who leave their children's mental, emotional, social, and moral development in the hands of Hollywood producers, actors, or advertisers, these parents are really going to have their hands full when their child becomes a teenager. Now, in the past 15 years, I've observed firsthand this effect of too much TV and movie watching in the children we work with through martial arts. Too much exposure to TV and movies creates a false expectation for kids about how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to dress, how they're supposed to talk. In short, they begin to compare themselves to what they see in others instead of developing their own unique strengths and inner potential. And what this false expectation does is it can lead to low self-esteem, low confidence, shyness, poor self-image, and eventually it can leave a child feeling alone and isolated. Now, this can all be reduced significantly by replacing the TV or computer with a stimulating, structured activity. You know, it's really amazing how quickly kids respond to just a couple of hours a week of this kind of activity. So you can see how important it is to have an activity for your child. Those younger, impressionable years are just too valuable to waste sitting in front of the screen. Now, in the last 15 years that we've spent working with over 3,000 families, we've learned that this development of a child's unique strengths is such an important part of their growth that we've actually come up with a pretty great process that helps families to identify their child's strengths so that they can have a little more direction and understand their children's needs a little bit better. And we call it the Leadership Strengths Discovery Process. And it's based on interviews that we've done with hundreds and hundreds of families with whom we have had a results-based partnership in developing their children's physical and mental strengths over the last 15 years. Now, if you like, you're welcome to get this process for your own family's use at no charge. Just watch the end of this video for instructions on how to find out more. So this is misconception number 2. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.